Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Hi guys, welcome to our weekly update. Just kind of giving you a show what's going on at the moment, what we've got planned going forward into winter and then into spring. So you can see we've started changing the shapes of the tee, so we've edged them off, and then with this first we put a little pathway in. So the idea is with this tee banks all around the areas to go up to our nice kind of rough with a little bit of fescue in it. We're going to overseed. So just so it looks really nicely on the tee as a visual point of view. But yeah, so a lot of work going into the tees, a hand cutting again, which looks so much better now. We've got the time to do it, and the manpower back, so that's great. So we'll be able to keep up with this and doing bunkers at the same time. So just on the back of 18 here, you probably saw us out that disc seeder a couple of months ago. So you can see where all the tracking that we had for doing all the bunkers are now going back in. So it's pretty the same with all the fairways and all the bare areas we've been working on, especially fifth fairway was quite a bad one for us in the summer. So that's good. And then moving on to the greens, you can see they're being hand cut now. And when you kind of look down on them, we've been doing a lot of tining. So trying to do a little and often and a really light dress. We don't want to go too heavy with the sand because we don't want it sitting there and getting disease. Basically, it keeps it like a greenhouse when the sand's sitting there. So a lot of work going on that. We want to improve the root depth. It's just not quite good enough. We've got a lot of thatch here, so we are breaking it down slowly, but it's not something that can happen overnight. So we're working on that. So also we've had a lot of rain just over the last weekend. We had about 65 to 70 mil, which is like a month's rain in 4 days. So at the moment we're not doing pin positions. Hopefully when it dries out we'll be back to them, but we're just putting them on the driest part of the green at the moment. I know it's not the best, but as soon as we dry out we're getting back into the A, B and C. I know it's pretty boring always having a video on the 18th, but it is our kind of sample hole, what we want all the holes to look like from coverage to look. So you can see the fairway is our best fairway. We had no issues with irrigation over the summer, so it's kept its growth. We've not had to overseed it apart from the carry. So this is what we want all our fairways to look like kind of this time next year. Just grown in, thick and like healthy. So that's good. And with the app as well, you can see where we've been shaping them. We want to get rid of all the straight lines and kind of squaring everything off. So we've gone for a nice little flow around with a little fall off onto the left here. All holes are different. We should have a few more kind of runoffs and swales to kind of add in as well with the bunkers going and some coming in. But yeah, this is what we want all the holes to look like. So just on the range, you can see we're getting a lot of play still down here, which is great. This time last year, I think we were kind of trying to close it, but with the temperature being as it is and still quite warm, we're happy to keep it open. We are working on putting the Astro mats back on the back tee again, but we'll keep the range open for as long as possible until we can't quite keep up with the divoting. Michael actually does a really good job keeping this in really good nick, keeping it cut, keeping it tidy and keeping it really topped up with divoting. So you probably noticed we've got some new faces out there as well. So we've had Sam Gavin join us. Sam's got a really good history of golf and he's also a really good golfer. He's joined us from Royal Surrey and then previous before that he was at Ashford Manor, so he knows a really good standard. And also we've had Harry Webb join us. So Harry was an ex-Queenwood, so again knows a really good standard. And with the team moving up, so Ali has moved up to a deputy and Adam's moved up to a first assistant. The boys have slotted in really well as kind of two assistant greenkeepers. So they're doing really well and just keep moving this place forward.
So a lot from Carl this week. Just a quick thing from me, obviously, as you may well have seen, we're hosting some World Cup games here, so you can get all your tickets on Eventbrite. Carl and his boys are going to be there, so if you want to see Carl, watch the football with Carl, as we all know he's a good laugh. But it'll be really good fun. They're £10 a ticket, so just jump on there and hopefully we see as many as you possible.